Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Most of you guys might know me as NapesCape from my Stoner Talk podcast, where I like to get drunk, high, and talk about life, sometimes by myself and sometimes with friends. But today I'm doing another Is It Gay? Is It Gay number 3, a review of Trapped. But before I start, I recently released a new album called Zero Likes, Zero Plays, Zero Followers. It's out now on YouTube Music, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you listen to music. So go ahead and check it out. But anyways, let me go ahead and get into the movie. So Trapped begins with some guy named Cooper and his daughter Riley at a concert. And it's pretty weird because you could have convinced me that this guy Cooper never met this girl Riley before they started shooting the movie, because it's like there's like no chemistry between them. But anyways, they're waiting for this girl called Lady Raven, right? Who's releasing like a new album or some shit, or she's at a concert, right? A venue. But it turns out that this whole venue is like a trap, I guess, right? But we don't really know that yet. It just looks like his dad taking his daughter out to the concert. Like here she is having fun, but then he starts to notice that there's a lot of cops everywhere, and then he's kind of getting a little bit suspicious. Like, what the hell's going on, right? He sees people getting taken away. But then it kind of like takes you to this scene where they reveal that this guy is one, like a predator, serial killer, psychopath, like sociopath, dude, horrible person. But two, and even worse, he's some sort of weird homosexual, right? Because he has like a dude currently like locked up in his basement, right? So they kind of like let you know right away, like this guy is the guy we're looking for, right? But basically, like the concert continues, and it's kind of like this weird scene where like the girl Lady Raven is having this super unemotional moment where she's like, when I was 12, my uncle molested me. So it's pretty weird. And then we go to this other scene where he ends up leaving the venue to get his daughter a Lady Raven shirt, but they didn't have the right size or something like that, or he gave it to the wrong person. And then the guy's like, "Hey, you know what? You're a good person, so I'll hold a shirt for you, right?" And he ends up like the Cooper ends up questioning this guy, asking him like, "Why are there so many cops here?" It's like this whole thing's a trap. We're trying to catch this guy called the Butcher, right? No one can leave. Like, we're not letting anyone get out, and they're gonna start questioning everybody. So he's like, the only way to get out would be backstage, right? Which obviously, why are they telling him this? So this guy starts getting nervous. He tries to cause a distraction. He ends up pushing like some random girl down the stairs, right? And then it's like everybody comes. What the hell happened? He's like, oh my god, maybe she was drunk. Come on, let's get out of here. Let's try to leave. But it ends up not working, right? So he ends up like kind of going back to that place with that black dude. I forgot his name. I really forgot his name. I don't remember what it was. But then him and the black dude are talking. And then he's like, oh yeah, we ran out of shirts, but they're in the back. He's like, oh yeah, I'll go with you, right? Which is like, why the fuck would you ever let this random ass guy just walk with you to like the employees only section storage room, right? This would never happen in a million years. This movie is like so fake, dude. It's gay. But yeah, so basically, like, he's like, oh yeah, here's a box. Let me help you get it. It's like horrible acting in this scene. So he ends up like opening the box, getting a shirt, going back to his seat. But then before he goes back, actually, I don't know if he goes back to the concert or if he's like still roaming around. He's at a concert, but he's walking around a lot, basically the whole movie. So he's basically like, he causes a distraction. He ends up getting one of the chef's coats and walks out of the building. And then after, he runs into like this police officer. And it's like, this whole movie could have fucking ended right here, right? If this cop said like, if this cop did more than, like, they just basically like, who the fuck are you? What are you doing up here? He's like, oh my god. He has to pretend to be nervous, right? Because they know that the real killer is gonna be a like super calm dude, right? So then he's like, oh my god, I don't know how I got up here. I don't know what's going on. So like, all right, whatever, go back, get the fuck out of here, you know. So then they let him go back, and then somehow he convinces Lady Raven's uncle or something to end up letting Riley go on stage and sing with Lady Raven. Or it's like, what are the fucking chances of that, dude? How often does that ever happen, right? So then his daughter Riley goes on stage with Lady Raven, and Cooper's like kind of just watching them, and it's like some stupid gay ass dance moves. And then he ends up going backstage talking to Lady Raven one on one, no security, right, in her dressing room, and he's basically acting all weird and shit. Like, oh yeah, I'm the killer. Guess what? I had this dude in my basement, so you have to help me get out, or else I'm gonna kill him. He's gonna die. And it's like, ha ha ha, whatever. Horrible acting. It's like super unrealistic scene, right? Because it's like, why would she ever let a freaking random guy in her dressing room alone if she's just like pop icon celebrity, right? So it's pretty dumb. But he ends up like telling her like, the only way I'll let him go is if you let us get out, right? So like, if you help me get out and escape, I'll let this guy live, right? I won't kill him right now. So then she's like, oh my god, I'm a good person, I'll help you leave, right? So she takes him in the limo, and then she's driving off with them. So it's her driver, and then Cooper and Riley, right? The serial killer and his daughter. And then she's like, once they leave the concert, this is when things just get really, really gay. So from this point on, everything just starts getting really gay. Where basically, like, she's like, oh yeah, let me go to your guys' house, right? And then the daughter Riley's like, oh my god, mom, like freaking Lady Raven's coming to our house. And then she's like, she's all trying to stand up to freaking Cooper, right? We're just like super stupid, right? But she ends up going to their house and she's talking to the family. She plays a song for them and all that. She ends up taking Riley's phone and Cooper's phone and going to the restroom, talking to the guy Spencer that was locked up. And then it's like super stupid, super bad acting. She's a horrible actor. This girl right here, like, she's hot as, I'm not trying to be like a simp or nothing, but she's a horrible actor. But basically, she's like she's trying to contact this guy and trying to get the public to like help find Spencer, this guy that's locked up. And then Cooper ends up breaking the door down and catching her. So this girl's a horrible actor. That's all I can say about that, dude. Like, she's hot as, if I had the chance, I would. But damn, dude, she's a horrible actor. So then Cooper like is gonna take her to like some place. He catches her, and then she starts acting like his mom. She's crying and talking to him like if she's his mom. Super horrible scene, cringy scene, dude. Like, I was watching this shit, I'm like, dude, this shit is fucking gay, dude. This was the gayest scene of the whole movie, probably. But basically, before he's able to take her, the police come, rescue them, and then one of the cops comes and then puts Lady Raven in the limo, drives off. But then, surprise, surprise, the cop that freaking saved Lady Raven is actually Cooper himself, right? So he ended up getting away from the police and then taking one of their uniforms, I guess, right? So super unrealistic. He's driving Lady Raven. She's trying to get out of this predicament that she's in, and she ends up alerting the public. So then the police come again. Super, like, this is like another like horrible acting moment. Like, look how the crowd disperses. Like, no crowd ever acts like that. So then they end up shooting the tires off the car, shooting the car, and they're like, get the fuck out, we know where you're at, like they're gonna kill him. So they break the window and they realize like, oh no, he escaped again, right? So then the crowd's watching them, like watching this dude get away, and like, oh no, there's Cooper in the crowd. He got away again somehow. So he ends up going back to his house with his wife. His wife as well is a fucking horrible actor. She's ugly. She looks weird. She looks like that weird pencil meme that you always see on the internet. But she's a bad actor. And then he ends up like, oh, so it turns out that you're the one who told the police I'm the butcher, and then you're the one who told him I was going to be at the freaking concert. So it's a dumb scene where he ends up overpowering the police before he's able to kill his wife. And then they freaking shock him like 3 times. Nothing happens, doesn't work. But then when the freaking British old lady tases him, all of a sudden now he's hurt, right? So because obviously women are stronger than men in every way, right? And men are weak and dumb. So then, surprise, surprise, Cooper's in freaking the handcuffs in the back of the car, and he gets away. Wow, what a surprise! Who would have thought he was gonna get away? Pretty stupid ending. And then the kind of a post-credit scene, I guess. I mean, not really, but I kind of is the black guy from earlier. He's like realizing that Cooper is a killer, and it's super horrible acting. He's a bad actor too, by the way. And then that's it. So I guess if I had to be honest, this movie is probably one of the gayest movies I've ever seen in my entire life. I always complain that every movie nowadays is a sequel, remake, a spin-off, a mini series of this and that. But finally, we got one movie. That's probably the first movie out of 2024 that's finally an original. That's not a sequel. That's not part of some continuous franchise, right? And it's gay. One of the gayest movies I've ever seen, bro. So I guess one problem that I was having is like, everybody is like so freaking incompetent in this movie. It could have been, the whole thing could have been avoided, right? So basically at the end, they reveal, I'm so sorry, I'm a little drunk. They reveal that Cooper's wife, I forgot her name, but she's ugly. I don't remember ugly girls' names. Cooper's wife is basically the one who alerted the authorities, told him that the butcher was going to be at the concert and it's most likely him. And then like, I guess that's why the whole trap was set up, because of the tip that the wife gave, right? But it's like, this wife could have just said like, hey, you know what? Like, my husband's the butcher. I have the kids. We're at the store right now. Can you guys go to the house? Please kill him, murder him right now, This whole thing could have like obviously been avoided, right? And then like I'm saying like, this whole beginning scene, right? Where he's like acting all nervous and shit, where he's like, they're realizing like, oh, there's cops everywhere, and the freaking daughter's questioning him, Dad, why are you acting so weird right now? Like, why are you acting so jittery? Why are you acting so strange? Like is this girl fucking dumb, dude? Like, the dad that you've known for so long, that's always so competent and so normal, all of a sudden when he sees police, he start acting all jittery. He's trying to escape the room. Like, that should have been a huge tip. Obviously she's questioning him, but it's like, this girl's like this girl is freaking retarded, bro. This girl is stupid as hell. She's dumb. And then the whole thing like could have been avoided as well, where like the cops, right? How many run-ins did this dude have where he runs into the cops, right? Where he kind of like, remember the part when he went into that room when it was just like straight police officers, and then they're like, hey, you, where's the coffee at? You know, whereas like if they just grabbed the gun and shot him in the head and killed him right there, that would have like been the end of the whole movie right there, right? Or the part when he freaking puts like, what was it, cooking oil, like 3 big glasses of cooking oil in the freaking the fryer, and he turns it up all the way. Somehow no one saw him, right? And then he ends up like causing this distraction where this worker gets hurt by glass, and then her hands cut and she's burned or something like that, where he's able to get onto the roof, and the cop questions him. Like the whole thing could have been avoided right there too. Like the freaking 2 cops on him right there, bro. Both of them with guns, and then he's like obviously like trying to pretend, oh my god, my friend was hurt, I'm so scared, I don't know what to do, you know. It's like, oh my god, dude, are you serious? Like just the way he's acting is so stupid, and they could have just killed him. And then how many times did he run into that in what was it? Well, I don't remember her name. I don't think they gave her name actually. She was a British profiler. That the old lady, the British old lady, the one British movie that's in this freaking movie for some reason. I forgot her name, Jesus Christ. But how many like times where he's like in the same hallway or like really right next to her, right? Like she's some master profiler, some freaking smart detective, whatever the hell. But she was like literally like standing next to this fool like on 3 different occasions. Didn't even catch him. What a dumb bitch, dude. What a stupid. Another gripe, I guess I should say, that I had with this movie is I feel like every single freaking person in this entire movie, except for the guy that plays Cooper, is a horrible actor, bro. Riley's a horrible actor. Like you could literally tell, dude. Like this girl's not a good actor. The girl, freaking, what's her name? What's her freaking name? Salama, Lady Raven, dude. That girl is probably the worst actor of the movie. Like at first when I saw her, I was like, damn, this girl's like kind of bomb, dude. But then when she started opening her mouth, it's like, oh my god, dude, like freaking soft as right there, bro, on the spot right there. So yeah, she's a horrible actor too. Where like I really feel like there's probably hundreds, if not, nah, maybe I'll say hundreds of female actors who could have done a better job than this freaking girl, you know? Like, oh my god, every scene had no emotion. Every line that she gave was just so cringy, so awful. I don't think this girl's ever acted in her freaking entire life, dude. And then what was the other? Oh, dude, the black dude that he's freaking talking to, right? What's that black dude's name? Jesus Christ. I literally cannot remember. I cannot remember this dude's name for the life of me. Nah, I can't. But basically, the black dude too. He's a horrible actor, right? He's like, "Oh my god, hey man, you're Father of the Year. You're such an amazing person. Oh, I have to give you a shirt for free, man. Just come back later, you know." And then he's back there when they're in the storage room, whatever. Like, oh, hey man, like just letting you know, like this and that. The butcher, we haven't caught him. This, you know, it's like, especially the ending scene, that little gay ass end credit scene where he's like, what was he saying? Oh my god, I knew it was him. I'm not helping nobody at work no more, bro. Where I'm like, dude, there's probably like 300 people that I'm not able to name off the top of my head who would have been a better mandatory black guy that's required to be in every movie, right? Like this dude was like, this particular black dude was one of the worst actors I've ever seen, bro. They should have had someone else. Definitely, this guy was a horrible actor, bro. I don't know why the hell he was in the movie. Another thing that I thought was kind of like cheesy or dumb or like gay about the movie was that it was like super unrealistic, right? Where I'm supposed to believe that this girl, Lady Raven, right, who's 100 pounds, she's like 5 feet tall, maybe max. She's like max 5 feet tall, to be honest. I'm supposed to believe that this girl is somehow like, she's somehow gonna freaking take on this psychopathic, murderous, like ravenous serial killer, right? She's gonna go to his house by herself, no security, tell her driver wait outside. Like, I'm supposed to believe that's gonna happen. Yeah, dude. I'm supposed to believe that this guy Cooper is somehow gonna randomly as hell talk to Lady Raven's uncle and convince him like, oh yeah, you know, my daughter's a retard, she's disabled too, you should totally let her sing with Lady Raven, and all of a sudden he just believes it, right? And they're gonna like somehow every single man was supposedly gonna be detained and questioned at the event, but somehow this guy Cooper is the only one that wasn't. He's able to get out. Yeah. And then I'm supposed to believe that this profiler was behind his every step of the way. You know, she knew all his moves. Pretty dumb, especially the part when like the two cops are tasing him and it does nothing, and he's literally beating the shit out of him. But all of a sudden, the British profiler comes and tases him. All of a sudden, now it hurts him. Now he can't move and he's freaking on the ground. You know, because obviously women are stronger than men. Women are better than men. Women are stronger emotionally, physically, mentally than men. And if you don't agree with that, you're a bigot. Fuck you. Kill yourself, right? You're a bitch. I guess. I mean, one thing I kind of like found out about this movie as I was like kind of doing the research and looking it up. Cause okay, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I was like, yo, whoever the fuck plays Lady Raven, she's bomb as fuck. So I kind of wanted to see who it was. Turns out that the girl who plays Lady Raven is named like Suleika Salama or some bullshit like that. Some sort of Indian name, pretty gay. And she's the daughter of M. Night Shyamalan or Shyamalan, whatever the fuck his name is. And it turns out that M. Night Shyamalan, Shabalaba Ding Dong, is the one that directed this movie, right? Wow, what a coincidence. Oh, wow. And it turns out this movie is about a concert that Lady Raven, a.k.a. the director's daughter, a.k.a. M. Night Shyamalan's daughter, right, is this movie's literally about her and a concert she's having, and she's performing in a crowd, like in front of a crowd of millions of people, right? Where it's like, I mean, that's pretty sad. That's not even gay. That's just pretty sad. Like, imagine being like such a horrible actor that I mean, maybe she's in different movies, but based off the way, maybe she's in different movies or shows, but based off the way that she's acting in this movie, like, you'd have to really seriously convince me that she actually was in some sort of like other acting role before this. But like, I feel pretty bad because it's pretty sad that the only acting role that you're able to get is your the acting role that your freaking dad has in a movie that he's directing, right? And then the only freaking concert you have is like a concert in front of a freaking paid crowd, right? They're acting like they're at the concert and having fun, and they're acting like it's an actual concert. Where it's like, dude, that's freaking gay, dude. How gay is that? And that's like nepotism at its finest, dude. Nepotism at its finest. So like, dude, if I had to sum up this entire movie in 2 words, right? If I had to sum up this entire movie in 2 words, I would have to say it's incompetence galore, right? Because the director, Mr. Director, had his daughter star in one of the leading roles, and she's a horrible actor. And the movie's about his daughter and a concert that she has with music that she releases, and it's gay, you know. So it's like super uninteresting, super boring. Or it's like, I feel pretty bad for his daughter, where like she's hot but she's dumb and uncreative and untalented. I'm way better than her. And speaking of being better, right, I feel like if I had the money, if I was obviously some sort of rich, famous celebrity and I had millions of dollars, right, I definitely could make a way better movie than this. And I could release way better music than whatever the hell Lady Raven's freaking releasing, right? Because like throughout the movie, they're like playing, I guess, not glimpses. They're playing, like segments of her songs that she's released that she actually made. And it's like, dude, who the fuck listens to this? You know, like, I don't know, like, it's pretty dumb. And like I'm saying, I recently released an album recently called Zero Likes, Zero Plays, Zero Followers, out now, Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Shazam, Deezer, Pandora, wherever you listen to music. So go ahead and check it out, right? And obviously, I'm not the son of some famous director, right? My dad's not a movie director. In fact, he's actually dead, He's been dead for a couple years. So I've literally been making music and albums, releasing it all on my own in my free time, right? And also, please keep in mind that I do work in the medical field, and I recently got a promotion, and I work my 40 hours a week, right? And please keep in mind as well that I do like to work out. recently I've been trying to do twice a day, but most of the time I do once a day or at least once every other day. And I'm recovering from a gym injury, so I've been trying to get back into it and work out. And please also keep in mind that even though I recently released an album not that long ago, in fact, it was 2 months ago now. I've also been working on other music, right? So I made another song, released it, working on a cover right now, working on another remix. So I've been doing a lot. So like for me, obviously I'm not famous, I'm not rich, I don't have a following, I'm not some sort of successful artist or successful YouTuber or podcaster, vlogger, whatever the hell you want to say, influencer, right? Because technically you could consider me to be an influencer, even though to be honest I don't consider myself one. I would say like, dude, for me, I'm literally doing all this bullshit in my free time, dude. Like I'm literally making a YouTube video and I'm putting time and effort into it. This is probably like the one of the fastest ones that I made, right? Like I'm putting time and effort out of my own day. Today's my day off, obviously. Doing this for free, right? And I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to complain or anything. I'm just like I'm trying to compare myself to these people. But I'm saying, I'm making this YouTube video. I'm putting like effort into it. I'm like producing and I'm recording. I'm editing, right? Freaking also work a full-time job. Also make music. Also work out. Also recently as well, I've been doing my digital art. And I've been doing all this for free, and no one knows who the I am, and I don't really have a following or a fan base. Versus, what's her name, Saleka or Shalama, whatever M Night Shyamalan's daughter. We're like, this girl, literally, like the only reason I would say she's famous is because she's someone's famous. She's someone famous's daughter, and she has millions of dollars because this famous person happens to be her dad. And then now she has a music album or label, whatever the company, record, whatever the hell. She releases music and albums. And then she's starring in movies, right? Getting paid millions of dollars, even though she's a horrible actor. And then she's also, I mean, she's kind of hot. I mean, I don't know. She's not ugly. I can't say she's ugly. But like, she's like, dude, she's getting paid millions of dollars to do the things that I basically do for free, right? Like, that's kind of like where I'm like, fuck, dude. That's the thing that really pisses me off about like celebrities and Hollywood and shit like that, where I'm like, dude, all these fuckers are getting paid millions of dollars to play pretend, to sing songs, and to fucking, put on a show, right? Where I'm like, dude, I can do all that shit and I do it for free in my own free time. And I'm pretty sure, like, okay. I need to like, I don't know how to explain this, but I'm pretty sure that this freaking video that I made about the movie, about how gay it was, it's probably more entertaining than the actual movie itself, right? Watching this movie was like 2 hours. Actually, it was like an hour and a half of like long, continuous torture, right? I literally like came out of the movie like so tired and so sore. It literally felt like if I was jerking off in my room for an hour 40 minutes, just came out and literally said like, I asked myself, what have I just done? What have I just done? So yeah, this movie was horrible. I would not recommend it. It's gay. It's awful. Everybody in this movie is a horrible actor. Everybody in this movie is a freaking retard. Everybody in this movie is very incompetent. Actually, you know what? Okay, I gotta take that back. I think the only actual like good actor is probably the guy who plays Cooper, right? What's his name? Josh Arnett, Will Arnett. I don't know what his name is, but the guy that plays Cooper. I mean, he was pretty. I mean, from the looks of it, it kind of seemed like he was a pretty good actor, right? I haven't really seen too much of his stuff. I don't know where the hell he's been. I don't know where he's from. I don't know what this guy's backstory, right? But I mean, like, if I'm being honest, I think he's probably the most interesting like thing about this movie, the kind of serial killer angle and shit. Like he's supposed to be like some sort of like super weird gay weirdo, right? And he kind of like does that pretty good, right? And then but like I'm saying, one thing about it is like the chemistry between him and the girl Riley in the movie was like pretty bad, I would say. Like you could have 100% convinced me that he's never met that girl before the day they started recording and filming, right? Like if you told me that, I would have 100% believed it. I 100% like do not think this guy was a convincing father to that little girl. Was he a convincing weirdo, serial killer, gay, pedophile, whatever the hell? Or no, he wasn't a pedophile, but was he a convincing gay serial killer? Like, yeah, he was actually. He was pretty weird, pretty scary. Like, you really 100% thought, like, yo, if anyone's murdering people and chopping them up and storing them in freezers or whatever the hell, it's definitely this guy right here. You know, especially that freaking haircut, dude. I guess one other like kind of gripe I kind of have, it's not really with this movie, but I guess most, I would say all Hollywood movies in general, is if you think about it, like nobody in this goddamn earth has that haircut, right? Like that generic white guy haircut where it's like long on top but somehow long on the sides and in the back, and it's like I don't know, like most guys normally, especially like the Edgars nowadays, most guys usually have like faded short on the sides, where it's like, you know, it's kind of rare to find even the mullet foos on the sides of their heads, they have the short hair, right? So it's like nobody has these freaking haircuts that they give. It's like the generic white guy haircut, right? Like no one has that haircut. It's dumb, you know. It's just like, I don't know, it's just too unrealistic to me, you know. And then I guess like if I had to keep dogging on this fool, right? Like, dog, no one dresses like that. This dude literally had a trench coat over a sweater, I guess, or whatever the hell, long sleeve, you know? Or it's like everybody else is just dressing like jeans and jackets. Whereas like this dude went above and beyond, you know, to fucking go to a concert, right? Where it's like, yo, this guy's dressed up so nice, he's either gay or a serial killer, right? And in this case, he's both. So his outfit plus his hair plus the way that he acts in the movie, it's like, I mean, he's a good actor. He's a very convincing serial killer, but no one acts like that, dude. No one in their right mind would act like that. So it's just like, I mean, I guess that's the point, right? Because he's basically supposed to be a convincing serial killer. He's supposed to be like some sort of weirdo. So I mean, I guess it works. I guess, but it's still like, dude, Hollywood, please, you know, guys are not like that. Like, I feel like Hollywood doesn't know what most normal people like experience. I mean, obviously not. I feel like okay. The point I'm trying to make, Hollywood, and especially all the actors and all the elites, right? They have no idea how normal life works. They don't know how freaking it is on a day-to-day basis for most of us normal people who are working full time, right? Like a lot of times I think I'm amazing for doing all these things, but then how many of you guys like, or people, I mean in general, have kids, right? And are doing all the same things I'm doing with kids. So it's just like there's so many people, including myself, who work and live normal life and suffer and struggle, and Hollywood does not know how to portray that. They don't know how to relate to us on our day-to-day lives, right? So they end up creating these movies that give these false sense of reality and normality, where like every time they talk, the dialogue, no one ever talks like that. Their haircuts and the way they dress, no one ever dresses like that. The way they act, no one acts like that. And I feel like that's the main problem with it, and issues. That's the main problem and issues I've been having with like most Hollywood movies nowadays, where it's like, I guess the people who make these movies think they're relatable and think they're entertaining and fun for us to watch, but in reality, it's like we know that they're just feeding us soap water and they're asking us to freaking take a bath with it and tell them that we're clean, right? So I mean, like, there's no movie I've seen recently that has been a freaking original movie like this one has. Most of them are sequels or based off something else, whatever. This movie was probably one of the only original movies that came out this year, and it's one of the gayest as well, you know. Super disappointing, super big letdown. But anyways, that's basically all I have to say. So once again, my name is NapesCape. Most of you guys might know me from my Stoner Talk podcast, where I like to drink, smoke, and talk about life, sometimes by myself, sometimes with friends. So Brian and John, if you're watching this, fuck you. I doubt they made it this far. And if you made it this far, I would really like to say thank you. Please check out my YouTube channel, my podcast. Also check out my music, my new album, 0 likes, 0 plays, 0 followers. Out now on YouTube Music, Apple Music, Spotify, Shazam, Deezer, Pandora, Boombox, wherever you listen to music. So go ahead and check it out. Thank you for watching.